Hey, 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 welcome to the 30. Once again, this is Patrick on another Thursday. Tonight, we have Jenifer Cawley, and she is Cawley. She is the founder and CEO of the JC Advantage. We're going to be talking about going from the garage to the office to success. So stick around, make sure that you share, that you call someone and let them know exactly what is taking place. Let's get started. It is the 30. This is your host, Patrick. Welcome once again. I wanted to welcome you. This is episode number 26 of the 30. What a great time we had last week. We had some wonderful guests as we celebrated our 25th episode. This is number 26 as we go to another 25. But what a wonderful time. I want to thank you, those of you that joined us last week. We had a great time. Our guest was fantastic. We had some giveaways. As you can see, I am wearing the new shirt, the 30. We will have these available to you. We're going to do a giveaway, but I'm going to tell you how you can earn one of these wonderful shirts. They just came in yesterday, and I'm excited about it. And we're going to package some things for you, the shirt, along with one of the Jackman Group cups and maybe a cap. But this is episode 26. We have Jenifer, and she is, as I said, the founder and CEO of the JC Advantage. She's going to tell us some things about finances, but I'm excited because I really want to hear her experience going from having a business in the garage and then going to another office and having her own office space, and then how she's doing and how she did it. So I'm going to welcome her into the broadcast. Let's welcome Jenifer in. Jenifer, how are you?
Great. How are you, Patrick?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Thursday, right? Thursday. So tell us, who is Jenifer?
Oh, in so many words. Well, most importantly, I am a mother of four amazing kids, three of them in college. Well, one just graduated.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And then my youngest is a sophomore in high school. And I am the owner of the JC Advantage, which we have just recently become an LLC this year.
Wow.
Which is
Congratulations
exciting.
Again. All good things, right?
That's right. But that's basically what makes me up.
And what is the JC Advantage, Jenifer? What do you do?
So we do small business bookkeeping, and we really just kind of do everything up except taxes. Not my forte. So,
okay.
But we do. I found that my services have grown exponentially with the different needs of clients. We're really here to help small businesses financially and get them either moving or help them where they may have tried to do their own bookkeeping, or someone else did it and it wasn't done correctly or efficiently, or someone who's just brand new to the world and just needs help to get started. We do a little bit of everything. So
now, how long have you operated this business? Just give us the backstory. How long you've been doing this, and then where did you start, and bring us up from then to now.
Okay, so crazy enough, in high school, I actually wanted to be a high school math teacher.
Numbers again, right?
Yes, numbers. I've always been a numbers person.
Okay.
But I really got started in bookkeeping when I was young, and I was pregnant with my oldest daughter, and I was bedridden for my pregnancy. So I had to find something that I could do from my couch, basically. And I had a couple friends in town that had small businesses and needed help to get their finances together. So they would literally bring me boxes of receipts, and I would put them together and organize them and get them ready for their CPA for tax season. And that's kind of where the bookkeeping accounting piece kind of started. And I ultimately ended up at a company for 7.5 years. I started there as their receptionist and became their director of finance. By the time I was leaving the company, that was my last title. But in 2013, I decided to start a side business because, as a single parent, there's never enough money for the
You
kids.
started that side hustle that
So I started
this do, right?
Yeah, that's right. So I started it as a side thing and only had a few clients, and majority of those clients are still with me to this day. I met a lot of CPAs and made a lot of connections at my job, which I still, love the people that I worked for, and it was a great transition. And I left there in January of 2018 to do this full time after being encouraged by a lot of people around me that saw potential, I guess. And so I finally decided to make the jump.
Good. So how is it so far in terms of making that jump, going from working for someone, having a side hustle, and then being in business for yourself and having all the responsibilities that a business owner or an entrepreneur has?
Well, I will tell you, at first, it's extremely scary. And even to this day, I still have, I worry about things constantly. And I don't think you can ever prepare fully for doing your own business. There's a
Mhm.
lot that it entails. But I have to tell you, it is the best decision I ever made.
Hmm.
I absolutely love it. My previous employer is actually a client of mine, him
Okay.
personally. Wonderful. I work with some of the greatest people, the greatest companies. I love meeting people, and everything is on my own time, really. I work more, I think, than I did before, which I didn't realize was a thing. But I'm working for myself, and that's extremely fulfilling. And I can work around my kids' schedules. And currently, we are in my garage that I converted to an office. My office space is down on Ridge Road now, but this became my, little nook. So I love it
So
in
you
here.
went from garage to office back to garage.
Yeah. Well, my daughter had surgery this week, so I'm working
Okay.
from home this week.
Okay. All right. So tell us about, because the title here is moving from the garage to the office and then success. So give us those beginning days. What was the garage like, and why did you decide to work from the garage?
Um, well, I hadn't quite started. I hadn't converted completely to doing this full time yet.
Okay.
So I didn't really have a space. I have a house that's got 4 bedrooms and we have a finished basement, but I have 4 children
Mhm.
and they're all grown, and space in the house was really getting tight. And I was working at the kitchen table. So and I had made the decision that I wanted to expand a little bit with my side hustle and kind of see how it went. And I realized that it was just very hard to focus when you're sitting at the kitchen table and the kids are in the kitchen or in the living room and you're very easily accessible, or they have the TV on or whatever. So I made the decision that my garage, where it was just collecting all, and I wasn't parking a vehicle in there, served a better purpose.
Okay.
So we decided to convert this to an office, and that I had a thought of how I wanted to look, but it turned out way better than I was expecting. So
Awesome. So you stayed there for a while. How many
yeah,
years did you stay there? And then what prompted you to move from the garage and seek office space?
my this is the first year I got office space, and
Okay.
actually I started renting the space in January of this year because I got an employee. Yay!
Yeah,
So
congratulations, your first employee. That's awesome.
so my business was growing so much, I needed a place for her to work, and I met with her, and I needed a place that was not going to be a distraction to her or something that I needed to separate, home and business.
Sure.
So I found a great spot right behind LA Fitness on Latona Road.
Hmm.
Perfect little office space, very reasonably priced. Great, people, and there's great people in the building that are in neighboring offices, and we've been there since January. So
Wow, that's exciting. That's
very
really exciting. So how was it in terms of walking in your first day going into the office? What was that experience like?
So, funny story about that. I actually have a story. So, they had given me a key, and I went there, and the key wasn't working.
Oh
And
no.
it wouldn't work. So, we called, and I got there at, I think it was 7:30 in the morning, and the office personnel doesn't come in until 9.
Okay.
So, I had called and left a message or whatever. So, they were calling the maintenance people to come and help. Ultimately, there was something wrong with the lock. They couldn't even get in. Their master key couldn't get them in. So they ended up having to crawl into the ceiling and up over the door
Oh
to get
no.
into the office. And because at this point, this was our first official day. We had been
Sure.
there prior to that, which was, you know, getting all of our stuff organized and getting everything in there. But when we first got there, I mean, I worked off a table. I didn't have a desk yet.
Mm,
And now I have a beautiful executive desk. I mean,
very
we've
nice.
just been piece by piece putting together this absolutely gorgeous office, and I love it there.
That's great. That's great. So, Jenifer, what would you say? And I'm talking to Jenifer Cawley. She's the founder and CEO of the JC Advantage. You can, if you need any bookkeeping services, of course, I'm sure she'll be happy to serve you. You can check her website address is right there. Her URL. Jenifer, what would you say to someone that's viewing us that has a dream of starting their business, but is not fully committed in stepping out? What would you say to that person or persons?
There is never a perfect time. If you feel it in your heart, and that's the thing is that I got to a point where I had just made the decision that that's what I wanted for myself. And I wanted for my kids, and I wanted to help others in so many different ways and kind of control my own destiny.
Hmm.
And don't let anything hold you back. I mean, I'm an only parent of 4 children.
Wow.
We You have support systems around you, utilize the good people around you, and the other small businesses. There are so many organizations that you can connect with that'll help guide you. I'm still learning, and I have met amazing people along the way. I cannot even describe how great this community is for small businesses and how they've helped me move forward, and the different partnerships I've made, the different ways I've grown. Just get out there and network and talk to people and have faith in yourself, because if it's something that you really want to do, don't give up.
That's right.
It'll happen. It'll happen for you because it's something that you want.
That's good. I'll give you a thumbs up on that one. All
Thumbs
right.
up.
That's good. 2 thumbs up on
2
that.
thumbs up.
So, what are some of the challenges, Jenifer, that you've experienced in your business?
Well, I mean, luckily, I got to be in my office and with a new employee the year of COVID. So we've dealt with that fun challenge.
Yeah,
But
that's a big challenge.
yeah, outside of that, when I first started doing this, I didn't do it with capital or, you know, I had to be patient, and which is very tough,
Mhm.
very tough to just kind of like have faith and understand that the challenges that I was facing was eventually, I was going to work through them. I had to keep pushing through. I think the biggest challenge is in the beginning, I felt alone, even though I was talking to a lot of people and trying to, grow my network. In the beginning, it was still really primarily me.
Sure.
And other than maybe my close friends and family, obviously, who supported me, I had to figure things out and educate myself and go on and do some classes and make sure that I was doing everything right. And I've made mistakes, and don't get me wrong, in no way, shape, or form have I been perfect, or am I perfect at what we do.
Yeah.
But people are understanding that along the way, there's going to be challenges, hiccups. No two companies are the same.
Sure.
So you have to learn, and sometimes that's a process, in itself of trial and error.
Good,
So
Jenifer.
I think
Good.
that might be my biggest challenge.
It's a bit trial and error.
Yeah.
Well, anytime that you go into business for yourself or become an entrepreneur, you are going to make mistakes because it's something new. This is something that you're trying. It's not something that you've been trained for. You just do it, right? So there are going to be mistakes. There are going to be ups and downs, and you just keep plugging, just keep plugging, and just keep plugging. If you have a comment or question for Jenifer, just go ahead and drop it in the comments field, and we want to make sure that she sees that. So any question that you have for her, or just want to say hi to her, I'm sure that she will welcome that as well. Just put it in the comments, and then we will pass it on to her. Of course, the 30 is brought to you by, in terms of our sponsor, that is C-Rays Thought Pops. And this is, you'll see some of these right here that I'm just showing, Jenifer. That is part of coming from C-Rays Thought Pops. So we can emoji sticks. And she also has a new, and I'll show that later on, a new box for gifts that you can purchase for your clients or for your customer. And that's C-Rays Thought Pops. So Jenifer, let's talk about any advice. Now, before I do that, what role has faith played in your business?
Faith,
Faith.
everything. Nothing happens without my faith, and that's been my whole life. One thing I definitely find is that when I get overwhelmed, when things seem crazy and they seem like they couldn't get worse, I sit back and take a minute and I pray, and
Mhm.
and I try to teach my kids, that a big thing with life is to understand that if you're struggling and you feel you've done everything possible that you could to succeed and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere, have faith in God and talk to him and kind of put that burden on him to guide you and send you in the direction that he has planned for you. And I have found that immensely, a savior, because there's a point where when you make that decision, the stress kind of comes off your shoulders. Not that you don't care or that you think that God's going to solve all your problems. In no way, shape, or form is, that what this is about. But it's more about understanding that there's things that you just cannot control. And once you let go of that, you'll find that things tend to fall into place the way they were meant to be. So that helps me immensely, and it happens way more than you can imagine.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I believe it. I tell young entrepreneurs, or those that, well, not young, but those that are wanting to branch out. I ask them, where is your faith life, right? What level of faith do you have? Because as you venture out, it sometimes gets lonely, it sometimes gets challenging. So you are going to be challenged. That's just open up your own business, entrepreneurship, that comes with the territory. So where's your level of
right.
faith? So that's awesome. Jenifer, what is the main difference? Those that don't understand, how would you define the difference or describe the difference between bookkeeping and accounting? What you do, and then maybe going in, someone going to see their CPA or accountant.
Well, the major difference is taxes. And we do accounting, and accounting kind of entails what we do. We do, accounting is on top of bookkeeping, it's budgeting and financial projections, which I can help with, and that kind of thing. The big difference between me and a CPA is taxes in there. They're obviously certified and went through, they have a much deeper look into things. And I rely on the CPAs that I work with a lot on tax questions, and even with financial projections and budgeting and all that stuff, I will reach out to a CPA to get a higher level education on them. They have, you go to school and you take this extremely hard test to become a CPA, and I have a very large respect for them. But we provide, that's why I really focus on small businesses.
Sure.
Because a lot of times the small business doesn't necessarily need the CPA level until tax season.
Mm-hmm.
So we just try to do everything up to tax season, prep them. And then when they go to do their taxes, I can talk to a CPA and talk their language to kind of get them through whatever season they're looking at. And they do tax planning as well. CPAs do tax planning. I don't do tax planning either.
Got it. Okay. All right. Good. So 2020 is about to finish, pretty close, right?
Yeah.
So how did you do this year, and what are your plans and projections that you hope to do, not financially, but your plans for 2021?
Well, all in all, we did pretty well this year. Not any growth during the crucial months of COVID, but business-wise, we tried to help our businesses through the struggles and the different applications and loans and all that stuff. We are still working on them to this day, loan forgiveness and all that. So we held our own through the year, and we're starting to grow at this point, and hopefully next year is going to be another growing year. We really look to help as many small businesses as we can. We do a 1 hour consult for anybody who's been referred to us or calls us. We do a 1 hour consult, and I kind of look at an overview of what they've got going on and let them know how we can help. And then we kind of go from there and discuss any further if they want to move forward.
So this is your website, right? The JC Advantage LLC.com.
My daughter created that website.
Very nice. All right.
Yes. Very proud of her.
Very, very impressive. Is that where she wants to go? Where does she fit in the business?
She's actually in public relations, and she's considered my director of marketing. She's a college student at Oswego.
Okay.
She does amazing. My oldest daughter is a nurse. Well, she just graduated from Fisher in nursing. And my youngest son is in video production at Bonaventure. So
wow.
Between my middle two, they can help me on the media side because I'm not good at any of that. So
maybe
my daughter can't wait to write a press release.
And then turn at the 30. Help us out on the video side.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
A non-paid one, though, not a paid one.
Right. I understand.
That is great. Yeah. So do they hope to follow you in business, or do they have some aspirations of their own?
they won't. This is not a business that they'll be taking over at all in their life. But
Okay.
my Kayla wants to. I think she wants to end up at a firm. I'm not really sure, a PR firm. She's
Okay.
really gotten into that. She's the president of the PRSSA at Oswego, and
Nice.
she's been doing some amazing internships. She actually worked with Tipping Point Communications here in Rochester
Mhm,
this last
mhm.
semester, and had a phenomenal time. What a great group. She actually studied in Ireland, did a internship over there. So I think she's headed in the firm direction.
Okay.
And Austin is not a sit at the desk kind of kid. So we'll see. He loves video production and taking pictures and all that fun jazz. He's actually looking at sports broadcasting. So we'll
Oh,
see where that ends up.
there you go. Another Joe Buck.
Yeah, he's a lacrosse player. So
Okay.
he loves sports. He plays lacrosse at Bonnie's. He loves sports, and he's great, quite the journalist he's really become accustomed to. Both of them are. So
So sounds like a
not
proud
numbers
mama.
people. Oh, not at all. Uh-uh.
So, Jenifer, as we wrap up, what are some last words that you would like to say to our viewers from a entrepreneur or business owner? What are some of the inspiring words that you can leave us with?
My biggest thing I can tell people is have faith in yourself
Hmm.
and trust in God all the time. But if you get overwhelmed, take a break, step back and remember and regroup why you're doing what you're doing.
Sure.
Because if you go back to the surface, you're going to find it's worth every minute of the struggles you may be going through, because in the long run, it's going to pay off and you will be more than thankful, because life is not easy and you're going to find struggles everywhere. You don't give up.
Awesome. Awesome words of advice from Jenifer Cawley. She is the founder and president of the JC Advantage LLC. I like that. Got a
Thank
nice
you.
ring to it.
Thank you.
Now, before we begin, let's go through our quick round. Give you 1 minute, and I'm going to give you just a couple of questions, and I want your
Okay.
quick responses. All right? Ready?
Ready.
Favorite food?
Chicken French.
All right. Favorite music?
Oh, Christian and country.
Okay. Favorite artists?
Thomas Rhett, Matchbox 20, and Megan Trainor. And
Wow.
Mercy Me.
Jeez, you got all this down already. Okay, let's see now. Favorite movie?
Oh, Pride and Prejudice or The Holiday.
All right. Soda or pop?
Pop.
Pop. Okay. Upstate. There.
That's right.
That's an upstate New York thing.
Yes, it
And
is.
lastly, what is the last book that you read?
Rachel Hollis, Girls Stop Apologizing. That's what it is.
Okay, good. Well, Jenifer, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming into 30. If you want to talk to Jenifer, what is the business number that someone can contact you with?
It is 585-270. No, I got 5194.
That's 270-5914.
5194.
5194. 270-5194. And that's
Yep.
585 area code. And give us the website again, please.
The JCAdvantageLLC.com.
Awesome. Great. Jenifer, thank you. You have been great. You are officially off the hot seat. I wish you all the best. Finish strong in 2020, and blessings to you and your family for 2021.
Thank you very much. It's been wonderful being on, and best of luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we have been talking to Jenifer Cawley. She is the founder and president of the JC Advantage. If you want to contact her, you can check her website out as well as give her a call. This is the 30. Again, we want to thank you for joining us on yet another day, another Thursday. You can check us if you missed this live. Check us on YouTube and replay. or you can see it in replay right here on Facebook. So we stream live to both Facebook and YouTube. Our YouTube channel is the Jackman Group LLC. And of course, you see us live on Facebook. Well, that's about it for this week. Next week, we will have another guest. Remember to check out our Lunch and Learn. And we do that every other Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. And the next one is coming up on Tuesday, December 22nd, as we look to wrap up the year and plan for 2021. So Lunch and Learn, and this is for leaders, business professionals. Our purpose is to bring together a group where we can have connection, inspiration, and development. And that happens every other Tuesday. And to register or to reserve your seat, I will throw that in the comments field, but it's listed there. Welcome you. We welcome you. So I was talking about the shirt. Now, in order to qualify for one of these shirts, something similar to the big gift that will be given away right before Christmas, this is what you need to do. You need to join our community. To join it, jackmangroupllc.com/subscribe. You need to join the community and be eligible for one of these wonderful shirts, brand new, the 30, and we'll also give you a Jackman Group cap as well as a Jackman Group cup. So we'll be giving a couple of those away in the coming weeks right before Christmas. So make sure that you join our community. jackmangroupllc.com/subscribe. As we end, I want to say happy Hanukkah to my Jewish friends, as this is the first official day of Hanukkah. So happy Hanukkah and blessings to you. Well, our sponsor, I think I mentioned that. I want to bring up what our friend has. Let's see if I can bring that up. I will show it. Let's see if we can bring that up. Doesn't look like it's going to come up. Okay, here we go. If you want to get one of these gifts, this is C-Ray Thought Pops. She's extended out and expanded, and here's what's included in that gift. Make sure that you contact C-Ray's Thought Pops and order one of these wonderful gifts for yourself or for a client, and tell C-Ray that Patrick of the 30 sent you. That's about it for now. We want to thank you again on this wonderful Thursday. See you next Thursday. May God continue to bless you and your family, and be safe. Remember,